welcome to Coach's Corner. Today with us we have the fantastic Jim Carter. He is one of the regional dance directors for the Fred Astaire, Illinois region. He is also a National Dance Board member as well as a United States renowned choreographer and judge. So we thought we would pick his brain a little bit and find out some details about him and what he has to say for new students. So first question is, how long have you been in the dance industry and the dance business?
Well, Hannah, sorry, it's not I started in '84, so this will be, it's 33 years.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, 33 years. Yeah.
Excellent. And were you with Fred Astaire the whole time?
Whole time, nothing but Freds, man.
Love
I believe
love it.
Astaire.
Man of commitment.
That's
Excellent.
right.
Love it. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And what would you say is your absolute favorite thing about working with students, about coaching students?
Well, you know, when you're working with students, I love to see the light bulb turn off in their head or turn on in their head. You know, I go with the philosophy of give them just one thing that they can feel instant gratification from, or just right away kind of catch it. If you throw 10, 20 things at them during the lesson, a lot of times they're so confused. So I try to just keep it to one simple thing, make sure they feel it before the lesson's over, and I know that they're going to be able to feel a little bit more satisfaction that way. So, but to see the light bulb turn off where they kind of go, oh, I get it now.
Love it.
That's really what makes me happy about coaching.
Okay,
You know, I just
fantastic.
love it.
I think that's huge for students, keeping it simple and successful.
Yeah, I think, you know, sometimes we feel like, well, they're paying, you know, a certain amount of money for this coach. I'm going to give them tons of information, but I think the information has to be retained.
Sure.
So if we give them one or two things that can easily be retained, then they're going to see a better value.
Makes sense, totally. Tell me, why do you feel that open routines are such a vital part to a student's learning, and when in a bronze student's journey would you recommend that they look into something like an open routine?
Well, I mean, open routines is an opportunity for them to express themselves. You know, when we do school figures, not that you can't express yourself in school figure type entries, because you should, but it's structured, it's already been choreographed for you, everybody does those steps. This is a way for you to personalize a routine to that student's ability and their personality. But it also gives them an opportunity to free up a little bit more to be able to stand on their own and do some things. You know, being in partnership, sometimes as their partner, we can kind of cover up some things that might happen. But in an open routine, the student gets to learn how to actually be on their own.
Sure.
And, you know, stand on their own, turn on their own, which is really valuable. And most importantly, learn the performance aspect of dancing.
Sure.
I think
Sure.
that's one thing that we need to be a little bit more stronger with. You know, we focus a lot on the technique, which is extremely important. I'm not downplaying it. We have to do that. But the performance aspect of it, you know, we just came from nationals and we had a discussion before the beginning of the week that, you know, we need to start pushing performance as far as what we're trying to get through to our students and the pros too.
Right.
You know, once you get to the competition, it's basically what it's going to be. Get out there and have a good time.
Right.
But, you know, bring it back to just doing an open routine in your studio. It gives them an opportunity to, you know, express and smile and not be so structured. It's something that's created just for them.
Right. And in our bronze program, the FAPE, the E stands for expressions.
Yeah, E should come right after the F.
Love
You
it,
know,
from a coach's standpoint.
Well, I mean, the problem
Yeah.
is that we see the order FAPE, and we kind of go in that order. But the E, the expression, should really be started immediately.
Sure.
You know, if you're teaching a pattern, yes, teach the pattern, teach the structure, teach the technique. But also along with that, how are you feeling during this pattern? What does it make you feel like? So, you know, yes, sometimes we kind of wait until the very end of that step once we feel like they have it perfect. Now let's express. Sometimes it's like recreating that step all over again because they're just not used to expressing during it. You got to almost make it choreography.
Yeah.
You know,
that makes
expression along with everything else.
Love it.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
of course you do because I just said it.
There you go. And then one final question.
Yes.
From a judge's standpoint, what do you look for when you're watching a newcomer, brand new beginner student at their first competition? What do you look for?
Well, first, I don't want to see them pass out and faint out there. That's something I don't want to see.
No ambulance?
Well, I mean, we're looking for at least a start of the technique. You know, if they're doing rumba, want to see that at least they've been instructed on what it's supposed to kind of be. That, you know, using your inside edge of your foot, using the knees, and you know, we don't expect perfection at that point.
Right.
Obviously, you know, the farther you get into the competing world and the levels you go much higher, we expect a little bit more technique. So, you know, we're looking for at least a start of Cuban motion, of rise and fall, sway, things like that, heel leads.
Right.
And those things like heel leads in smooth have to happen.
Right.
You know,
right,
if they're going
right.
to go out and compete, if you're going to work on something, making sure your students do heel leads, stepping back with the toe, things like that. But we don't expect a high level of technique, you know, really understanding it. If they do, even better. But we want to see them as having a good time out there.
Right.
You know, a lot of times they go to the first nationals, they're like, they're just in a world they're not used to. And it's a big family. You know, go out there, have a good time, have fun, enjoy your time with your teacher out there. And it goes for the teachers too. We want to see them feeling like that they're into it too and that they're having a good time, not just, you know, dancing through the entries.
Right.
We want to see them also performing with that student, especially if you have a new student. You got to get out there and have fun with them.
Right.
And you're going to get better results by having fun. You know,
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride,
Yeah.
especially at that stage when you're just starting out and you're at a nationals or even a regionals where people are flying around you. You know, preparing them at the studio too, making sure that they come to the parties so they're used to people dancing around them.
Right.
You know, some things you can do, but you know, new people at a competition, those really are our favorite people to watch. Because
Right.
that's the start, the beginning of their
Right.
journey,
Right,
you
right,
know?
right.
And if I see somebody out there just scared to death, I feel bad for them because the teacher should be able to relax them and say, listen, we're not expecting, you know, world championship dancing here. Just go out there and do the best that you can, smile, enjoy yourself, enjoy the moment. You know, don't go there and be all stressed out. That's not what we're here for.
Right.
We're here to have a good time and to change people's lives, you
Awesome.
know?
Well, you heard it here first. Thank you so much, Jim, for spending time in our Coach's Corner. We'll
Wasn't
see
she
you next
great?
time.
Wasn't she great? She's awesome.
That's all I
Yeah.
am. Bye.
See ya.